Hello and welcome to another edition of Island Learning. It is Wednesday, so by default, it is Island Learning Grenada Wednesdays. Apologies again for not having our regular program scheduled on Sundays. Due to personal circumstances, we weren't able to air the program last Sunday. So, this is our plan B to air the program on today, Wednesday. So thank you all for tuning in to the program today. First of all, I want to say welcome to all our new followers. Since we last aired the live program, there are many new followers to our Facebook page. So, welcome to all new followers of our Facebook page, Island Learning Grenada, and also, there are some new followers joining us on our YouTube channel, Island Learning Grenada. It is indeed a pleasure to have you joining our live program where we educate on Grenada's history, heritage, and culture. Grenada has a very unique, rich culture, heritage, and history, and our live program provides learning or education on aspects of our history, heritage, and culture. For this season of the program, we are focusing on traditional mass. So, traditional mass is one of the highlights of Spice Mass activities for 2023. There would be this traditional mass festival taking place on July 29th, 2023. So that's Saturday, July 2023, 29th. Sorry, I tied up my tongue there. So July 29th will be the traditional mass festival. It's going to be taking place in Victoria St. Mark's, which is one of the homes of traditional mass bands in Grenada. Our program today is focused on VECO or Vieco Mass, or VECO Mass, VECCO, or VECO, VEKO. So there's many different pronunciations to the one type of traditional mass, and we'll talk a little bit more about that throughout the program. But the program today would be focused on Vieco Mass or VECO Mass, as you may be familiar with. So let's take our intro video. Before I get into that, and especially for those who are joining the program for the very first time and do not know who I am, let me provide a quick introduction. My name is Crystal Simeon. I am born and raised Grenadian. I'm currently living in Canada, but I'm born and raised Grenadian, originally from the parish of St. David in Grenada, uh, the, the community of Old Wester Hall to be exact. So I lived in Grenada for all my childhood and into my most of my early adult years. I taught at the Presentation Brothers College for 8 years. I taught Caribbean history there. And then in 2013, I migrated to Canada, where I am currently based, and from where the program is broadcasted today. Soon the program will be live broadcasted in Grenada and more to come on that throughout the season. But for the immediate period, it's broadcasted from the diaspora into Grenada and then, of course, across other diaspora um, places where people are watching either via Facebook or our YouTube channel. Island Learning Grenada is a brand of the business Spice Island Digi Content. I am the owner of the business Spice Island Digi Content, and we are registered as part of the new cultural and creative industry in Grenada. We are focused on education on Grenada's history, heritage, and culture. So far, we are across all social media, so you can find us on Facebook, Island Learning Grenada. You can also find us on Instagram, Island Learning Grenada, and we do have our YouTube channel, Island Learning Grenada. So you can easily access all of our content, educational content on Grenada's history, heritage, and culture. We also do have a website, and I'll share the banner link to the website soon. So we have a website, and there's lots of information that we have documented digitally on Grenada's history, heritage, and culture. So that's a little bit about me and a little bit about the business, Spice Island Digi content, and of course our brand, Island Learning Grenada. So we're gonna take a short break, have our intro video, and then be right back. The most important thing that you can do for those who are watching the program is to share the live. So hit the share button and share the live. Whenever you share the live, it helps us to reach a broader audience. So share the live now, share the live whenever you share to your page. Your friends on your Facebook page also get to see and view the live program. So hit the share button right now. And while we're taking the intro video, if you are watching via YouTube, ensure that you subscribe to our channel, hit the subscribe button, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Island Learning Grenada. But we'll be right back, and then we're going to head right into the show. We're not sticking to the at all. We're going to get right into it. But let's take in our intro video and be right back. Okay, so we are right back. Thank you for returning. And if you're viewing us, those who are just joining the program right now, our program today is focused on talking about traditional mass, and we're looking at exactly Vieux Corps or Veku mass in Grenada. Share the program. The most important thing that you can do is share the program. So if you are watching the live right now, share the program, and that will help us to reach a broader audience whenever you share the program. And if you're watching via YouTube, ensure to hit subscribe on our YouTube channel, Island Learning Grenada. So let's talk about Vieux Corps. Before I get into the the topic for today, I just want to put out a short disclaimer. So, the information that is shared in the program today comes from a combination of both research and information gathered from cultural practitioners. So, it's not only myself that have researched information on the whatever topic we discuss, but also as well connecting with cultural practitioners. Of course, they have been practicing whatever mass culture tradition for years, and they would be the best person to be to be to share that information, right? So just a quick disclaimer there. So the information today, I want to say thank you to Jason of Unleash Veco or Vieco Mass Band from St. Mark for providing some of the information today that is being shared on the program. So the Vieco Mass or the Veco Mass or the Veco spelled both ways, Vecco or VEKO, is a mass that stands for one for all. So it's all about togetherness and bringing people together. That's the real principle behind of that form of traditional mass. It is native or home to the parish of St. Mark. So St. Mark is the smallest St. Mark is the smallest parish in Grenada. It is filled with lots of rich heritage and culture, and the traditional mass, especially the Vieux mass or the Veco mass, is one such cultural practice that is endemic or native or is very strong or home to the parish of St. Mark. Sometimes the air gets a little dry here in Canada, so let me just get back my voice. Feel free to say good night. We are not shy here on this program, as well as I am not all that formal. So say good night to the comments, and definitely I'll shout you out here on the live program. That's completely fine. We'll definitely want to engage with you. And yes, it's not that formal of a program. Yes, I'm sharing information, but at the same time, it's meant to be light and not so strict as a school, right? So definitely say hello, say good night, and we'll definitely shout you out on the program. Feel free to do that at any time during the broadcast, and I'll make an effort to, of course, stop and say hello. So the word vehicle, which is Vieux Corps, is the spelling that most people in Grenada, or even if you're in the diaspora and you're Grenadian, you would be familiar with. So the origin of that particular spelling of that the traditional mass vehicle, as we know it, is French. So Grenada was inhabited by the French on two separate occasions. One period of time was during the period, I'm just going to ensure I get it here. So the first period was from 1650 to 1775. So it was the longest period of time in which the French inhabited or colonized Grenada. And that resulted in today lots of names of villages and communities that are French, places across Grenada that have French names, such as Grand Bras, such as Palmes, such as Belmont. These are all French names, and that came from the inhabitation or the colonization of Grenada by the French. The second period of time was from 1779 to 1783, which was a shorter length of time to be inhabited by the French. So, on two separate occasions. So, they left tidbits with us, and one of them is the word vehicle, so, or vehicle. So, the word translated in English from French to English stands for old or aged body. It has also been shared that the word means dead body, but translated directly from French to English, it is old, ve is old or aged. So an old body or aged body. Vehicle mass or vehicle mass as all forms of traditional mass is about respect for elders, honoring the, not the elders, sorry, the ancestors. So honoring the ancestors, honoring the our fore, fore, forebearers, right? So that's all the traditional mass is about. It's a protest form of mass, and the intent is honoring the ancestors. So the French word vieux corps stands for older age body when it's translated directly, or dead body, which is another translation that has been widely shared and accepted. Interesting, the French language has both male and female. So a male vehicle is VIEUX CORPS, and that's the translation for a male or masculine. In the French language, there's masculine and feminine words. So the vehicle, as we know it today, is only the masculine translation. The female would be VL, VIELLE, core, right? So a female masquerader is really a VL core, and the male one is vehicle. We don't make that distinction today in Grenada. It's just vehicle mass or vehicle mass, as most people know it as. But that's a little distinction there. So that's about the origin. So the origin of the word itself is based on the French language coming from the colonization of Grenada during the reign of the French. So we'll take a quick break and then we'll come back and share more information about the vehicle mass or the vehicle mass in today's program. So let's take a short break. Of course, share the program if you have not as yet. Share the program, and that will definitely help us to reach a wider audience. So let's take in a short commercial break and be right back. Spice out, call Grenada. Join us every Sunday at 7 p.m. Grenadian time for our weekly educational program on Grenada's history, heritage, and culture. Stream live on our Facebook page and YouTube channel, Island Learning Grenada. So we are right back. And let's continue looking at vehicle or vehicle mass in Grenada. So the vehicle bands or the vehicle mass bands are commonly found on the western part of the island of Grenada. It is a mass that is endemic to the island of Grenada and not being practiced on the sister islands of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. St. Mark is the home of the vehicle or the vehicle mass in Grenada. That parish has several bands which are actively involved in the playing of the vehicle or the vehicle mass. Those include the House of Creation Vehicle Mass Band, Unleashed Vehicle Mass Band, Warcraft Vehicle Mass Band, and a popular one, Demonic Angels, is another vehicle mass band out of the parish of St. Mark's. The mass itself is believed to have started in the community of Waltham in St. Mark's, and it dates back to the 1970s. Traditional mass in all its forms, the root of it is our African heritage. So our ancestors who came from West Africa believed to be places such as Nigeria, Ghana, the Benin Coast, etc. They brought elements of their culture and heritage to Grenada, and that has translated into some of the cultural and traditional elements today that make us who we are as a Grenadian people and a Grenadian society. So that's the root of all traditional mass, and the Vieux Corps mass or the Vieux mass is no exception to that. The appearance of the vehicle mass, what they look like, etc. So we're going to get a little bit into that. What I'll do, I'll share a video, and then we'll talk about what does this vehicle mass or this vehicle mass, what does it actually look like. So let's take in the video, and then we'll talk more about it. So that's a quick video of for those who have never seen a vehicle or a vehicle mask. That those are some examples of what the mask looks like. So the vehicle mask or the vehicle mask has a very unique appearance and look. They are covered from head to toe in costume. So the masqueraders who play the vehicle or the vehicle mask, they are covered from head to toe in costume. The costume is made from crocus bag, and crocus bag is something I think the older folks for sure know what crocus bag is. Some of the younger folks maybe not, but it's bags that traditionally is used to store like cocoa and nutmeg. They're mostly made out of straw. Is one element, right? So crocus bag. So the crocus bag is what is used to make the vehicle or the vehicle mask costumes, and not really cloth. Even though from a distance it may look as cloth, and I initially thought it was cloth, but in conversations with the cultural practitioners, no, it's actually crocus bag that is used to make the costume of the vehicle or the vehicle masquerader. The typical colors that are used are black, red, and purple. So those are the colors that are used. The colors change every year. So it is definitely up to the band as was relayed to me in terms of what color that they go with each year. So they tend to change up the colors year over year. But the most common colors that you see is black, red, and purple are the colors most seen or worn by the vehicle mass or vehicle masquerader. There's just a comment here, and I want to. Oh, good night, Patsy. Good night. Greetings from London. Right. Well, nice to have you taking in and viewing the program tonight. How's London? It should be summertime in London right now. So it's not Grenada hot, but it should have some warmer weather. So thank you very much for taking in the program tonight. And I do hope that you enjoy it. The sharing that we're doing tonight on the vehicle mass or the vehicle mass. Which part are you from in Grenada? Which parish are you from in Grenada? Let us know in the comments. Um, if you're from St. Mark's, the parish of the vehicle or the vehicle mass, or where exactly from Grenada you are. If you're not Grenadian, also let us know if you're not Grenadian too as well. But it's very nice to have you, Patsy Soca Chocolate. Oh, that's an exciting name for Facebook, right? So thank you very much for viewing the program tonight. The vehicle masqueraders or the vehicle masqueraders, um, their faces are concealed, so it's completely concealed. They wear a mask, and the masking tradition is also very African. So in the West African culture, wearing a mask is about hiding your identity. That's the meaning of it. So your identity is hidden, so someone cannot see who is behind of the masquerader, right? So masquerade and wearing a mask is part of the practice. So the vehicle mask, they cover their face. If you look at any vehicle mask, player, vehicle mask player, you can see who is the person behind of the costume. They're completely hidden. The mask itself is part of the costume. It matches the colors of the costume worn by the vehicle or the vehicle masquerader. Most unique are their shoes. So their shoes are wooden, and the shoes is a main element of the appearance and also performance of the vehicle mass. So the shoes are wooden. The wood used are also most times it's either cocoa wood or cedar wood. So those are the two types of wood used to make the shoes of the vehicle mask. They usually make it themselves. So as part of preparation to play the vehicle mask or the vehicle mask, they make the shoes, which is part of their overall appearance. And one of the reasons why the shoes is so important is that the masqueraders themselves, they perform without any music. So they don't use any DJ music or anything like that. The stomping of the feet is actually the sound of the vehicle. So you hear them through the stomping of their feet, and they make loud noises by stomping those wooden shoes against the ground, whether it's the asphalt ground, whether it's on a stage. That's how they make their sound, and that's the only sound you would hear from the vehicle mass other than chants that they make. So later on, I'll show a video of exactly the vehicle mass as it's played. It's a video from 1992 Carnival where you can see the vehicle mass or the vehicle mass. Just to comment on Patsy, yes, it's very interesting. You're from St. Andrews and St. John, so a bit of both. Both parishes are very rich in culture and heritage. St. John's, I know, is home to the Shotney Mass. I don't believe they have any vehicle or vehicle mass band there today, but definitely the Shotney Mass, which is another form of traditional mass that we looked at last week. There are bands from St. John's and St. Andrews. Yes, it's another parish with lots of rich culture there. The Saraka, the Lafayette, Jab Jab, lots there in the parish of St. Andrews. So great. You're from one of the cultural, I say the cultural villages of Grenada. St. Andrew, St. Patrick, and St. John's and St. Max are the true cultural villages of Grenada. You want to know more about VECO? Well, that's the intent of the program to share more about VECO or VECO Mass. So I'm sharing as much as possible in the program. If you like and follow our Facebook page, you can always go back and view the program and take it all in. But I'm sharing as much information as I know and that have been shared with me by cultural practitioners on the vehicle or the vehicle mass. So let's continue looking at talking about the vehicle mass. So the vehicle mass, um, it's played by men, mostly men. Women play too as well, and young children, both boys and girls play. It is heavily dominated by men just because of the type of mass that it is, right? It's a mass about stomping feet and so forth. So it's mostly men, but women are involved, young children as well, children as young as the age of 3 can play Veco mass. They have to be taught. So it's a mass that children would need to be taught how to play it. because the main element of the mask is the stomping of the feet, and that has to be done in a rhythmatic or rhythmic pattern to really execute on the performance. In the video, I'm going to show you what the performance looks like, but there's a rhythm to the stomping of the feet. So children need to actually be shown that or taught that, and then they can play the mass. So in most often times, if the father is playing or the brother is playing, then young children would also learn too through the family connection. Other than that, children would need to be taught exactly how is it that they need to move their feet to be able to make the sound coming from the wooden shoes that they are wearing. So it's that type of traditional mask. Not all traditional masks. Some you can just put on a costume and go and play it. There is no actual um anything that you have to learn really. But the vehicle mass or the vehicle mass is one that has to be taught, and you have to. A child would need to learn it to be able to do it. It's not too hard to learn, based on what one of the cultural practitioners told me, but there is a learning to it that complements it very nicely. So we're going to take a very short break, and then we'll be right back and I'll continue talking about the Vekoma. So stay tuned to the program. Hope that you are enjoying it, and we'll be right back after this break. Right, so that was a video that went through all the different forms of traditional mass, which we'll be covering throughout the program this season, done by Island Learning Grenada. Last week we looked at Chutney, and this week we are looking at Vieux Corps of Veco Mass in Grenada. So let's talk a little bit about the performance, and I don't want to talk about it. I actually want to show you and then come back to it, because seeing it is better than actually me talking about it. So let's take in a video of the vehicle or the vehicle mass. It's a video copyright of course to GBTV, back to the year 1992 and Grenada Carnival. Back in those days, Carnival used to be at the Queen's Park, which is today the National Stadium, but that used to be the venue for all Carnival activities and events. The Queen's Park are located in River Road, St. George's. So let's take in a video of what exactly is the performance of the vehicle or the vehicle mass band as they do during a performance on stage during carnival. On the street, it looks a bit different, but let's take in this performance, on stage performance. But this was a band out of WAV. They're no longer in existence or practicing today, but they used to be in existence. So let's take in their performance right now.
I say, who condemn? Well condemn.
So that's a video of the Vieux Mass or Vieux Mass, compliment GBTV, so copyright to them. So it demonstrated what actually the Vieux Mass or Vieux Mass performance looked like. Of course, it's back in the day, and the bands today are not as massive, but it demonstrated, of course, the stomping of the feet, which is the main element or main um task done by the masqueraders. They stomp their feet, and when they stomp the wooden shoes against the stage, which is also wooden, they make that distinctive sound. They also chant. So there's a leader who would chant different phrases as the performance continues in. There's a whole rhythm and performance. So they make different in that particular video. They would have done a circular display. They can also do a parallel display. They also could involve elements such as a wooden coffin, where they bring a wooden coffin on the stage and demonstrate almost like a burial and a rising from the dead performance. So variation of performances that they can do in terms of on the stage performing. There is no music, so that is just one thing. They don't dance or do not perform to any music. And that is distinctive of them. Um and I said that rhythm needs to be practiced. Put the rhythm in how they move and how they stomp their feet, and then whatever display that they are going to make, whether it's on the streets on Carnival Monday or Tuesday, or as part of the traditional mass festival. They do a display. Back in the day, used to be pageant, whether in the stadium or Queen's Park, right, where they would demonstrate through a display performance. So that's the Vieco or the Veco mass. It is one of the traditional mass um, in Grenada, still active, still relevant. Lots more needs to be done to preserve that aspect of our culture that's very unique to Grenada. I'm not sure if there's any other place in the world. There may be elements of it that can be traced back to our homeland in West Africa, but definitely across the Caribbean, Grenada is the only island where you can find the Viejo mass or the Veco mass. So lots more needs to be done for sure to preserve it, and of course under the cultural industry, see what other opportunities there may be to do something creative with the Viejo or the Veco mass. So let's take another quick break and then we will be right back. We want to do a giveaway. So we have another giveaway today. So we want to do that before we end the program today and then also provide some more information about upcoming Spice Mass events. So let's take a quick short break and be right back. Spice Alcohol Grenada. Join us every Sunday at 7 p.m. Grenadian time for our weekly educational program on Grenada's history, heritage, and culture. Stream live on our Facebook page and YouTube channel, Island Learning Grenada. So we are back. And we definitely want to do a giveaway tonight. So each show we're doing giveaway. So we're giving away another 2 tickets to the Kiddies Carnival. So we're giving away 2 kids tickets to Kiddies Carnival. Last week we had one winner. So we want to do another giveaway based on today's episode. So the instructions are just place in the comment your responses, and whoever has the right answer, they would be the lucky winner of 2 kids tickets to Kiddies Carnival that's coming up on August 5th at the National Stadium in Grenada. So we're giving away 2 tickets, 2 kids tickets to Kiddies Carnival, a children's carnival frolic, I think is the more modern term for that event or activity. So the question, a simple, easy question. We're not doing anything tough. This is not school, right? We're not doing anything tough at all, at all. So the question is, which parish in Grenada is home to the Viejo or the Veco Mass? Which parish is home to the Viejo or Veco Mass in Grenada? So the person who has the right answer would win themselves 2 kids tickets to Children's Carnival Frolic. Oh, well, we have a winner already. I see. Patsy, thank you for listening so closely. And thank you for the comment. It's very much appreciated, the comment. So thank you very much that you found our program very interesting and a lot of information on Grenada. Thank you. We really sincerely do appreciate it. in terms of the production and continuing to produce our shows here. So, Patty, you are the lucky winner. I don't know if you know anybody in Grenada that you would like to give the 2 tickets to, but you have just won yourself 2 tickets to Kiddies Carnival, 2 kids tickets to Kiddies Carnival in Grenada. So, if you have any friend or relative that you would like to give the tickets to, um, let us know. Send us a message on Facebook, um, and let us know who you want to give away the tickets to. Okay, yes, you have family. Perfect. So just let us know. You could send us a message privately on Facebook, and let us know who you want to give away the tickets to. Or Mary could reach out to Mary's my assistant. I don't have her on screen today, but she could always reach out to you and get the two names, the name of the person, the name of the person you want to give the 2 tickets to, and we can definitely organize and ensure that they have the tickets. So awesome! Thank you. Let me put a sound on that here. Um, Yes, and put that song on that, right? So two children somewhere are going to be super excited because if they weren't going to yet, they definitely will be going to Kiddies Carnival this year, where they can see the Vieux Corps live, right? So at Kiddies Carnival, there's also always a short segment which will focus on traditional mass, so they'll be able to see the Vieux Corps or the Vieux Corps live during the Kiddies Carnival. What else is happening with Spice Mass? So this is where we talk a little bit about some of the upcoming events of Spice Mass. So the Children's Carnival Frolic is taking place on August 5th. So that's Saturday, August 5th at the National Stadium. The tickets are available. You can purchase the tickets online via GoToFet. You can go to Spice Mass website. So Spice Mass website, I'm gonna put it into the chat right now for those of you um inquiring. So this is the website that you can go to and purchase the tickets to the events of Spice Mass. Right? So the children's carnival frolic is on there. The adult tickets are only $25, and the kids tickets or the children's tickets are only $10. A great opportunity for children to see, experience fancy mass, and also see the traditional mass, taking still pan, etc. All the different elements that makes up Spice Mass would be right there at the National Stadium on August 5th. So do check it out. The traditional mass festival is going down on July 29th. So Saturday, July 29th. And the traditional mass festival, it's the second year that it's going to be part of the calendar of events of Spice Mass. It's going to take place at Victoria in St. Mark. So if you're going to go to it, ensure you organize your transport or you're going to get there. If you're running a summer program, it's a good opportunity to bring the children and to see the traditional mass, see our culture, what's unique to us, live, full, and in splendor on Saturday, July 29th, right in the heart of St. Mark's, Victoria. It's a free, they're not charging, it's a street. They're going to open up the street of Victoria and the mass is going to parade there, right? So it's free, there's no charge. So you can go, take your children, take your family, and to see the beauty and the splendor of the traditional mass right live, so that you can see all the things that we spoke about during the live program. You can see it for yourself. Other activities taking place, they just concluded from tomorrow. They're going to kick off the Groovy Monarch preliminaries. So last week the soca went down, and from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so from the 13th to the 16th, it's going to be the preliminaries of the groovy soca monarch. So the reigning groovy soca monarch is Crave, and he is of the parish of St. Mark, so the home of the Vieux Corps or the Vieux Mass. So he's the reigning groovy soca monarch champion. So competitors would be looking to dethrone him from that title, or if he could retain the title. So do check it out. I believe the cover charge is only $15 to attend the Groovy Monarch preliminary. So check out that on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And we're getting really into the heart and meat of the Spice Mass activities towards the end of the month. August 1st is Emancipation Day, and Emancipation Day is the official day when we acknowledge that was the end of the period of slavery. So August 1st, 1834 was the official end of slavery. So we commemorate that day every year with an emancipation um march or walk in the town of Grenville, and there's with flambeau and people dressed in their African wear and so forth. So that's gonna take place again this year. It's typically organized by the St. Andrews Development Organization, SADO. So look forward to that event taking place on August 1st of this year, 2023, the Emancipation Day walk, and they probably also probably going to do a bit of a cultural something there too as well. So we should continue to share more about that in other episodes of our program. So I'm going to take the very last break, and then we'll be right back with the wrap up element of this show today. So let's take a short break and be right back. So short and sweet, just a recap of how Veco looks like, our vehicle mass looks like there. So thank you all again to all those who made the time to view the program live today. If you are taking in the rebroadcast or you're looking at the program later on, thank you to as well for taking time to take in our educational program today on the vehicle or the vehicle mass. We greatly and sincerely appreciate you taking time to view our content. You can follow us on all social media platforms. We are on Facebook, Island Learning Grenada. So like and follow our page, Island Learning Grenada on Facebook. We are also on Instagram, Island Learning Grenada. We have our YouTube channel. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Island Learning Grenada. You could subscribe and also hit the notification button so that every time that we go live, you are notified so you don't ever miss a live show. So hit the subscribe button and subscribe to our live show, to our channel. Let me take that again. Hit the bell, and that allows you to be notified each time that we go live on our YouTube channel. On WhatsApp. We are on WhatsApp if you are interested in any of our heritage classes. So we are looking at offering the heritage classes. So our WhatsApp number is 535-4745. I'm just gonna put the banner here so people can see the number. So it's 535 535-4745 is the WhatsApp, so you can WhatsApp us. If you have more than me in terms of cultural knowledge, I'm very open to take learning more and sharing more information with our audience across all our social media platforms. So feel free to reach out at any time and share information with us on if you know more about Grenada's culture, history, and heritage than we do, and we definitely share it, as well as if you are interested in any of our classes on Grenada's history, heritage, and culture. Um, relooking at the classes, and we had to do some internal work on them. So I'm continuing to work on that, and share that will be shared more towards the end of this season of Island Learning Grenada Sundays, about what the classes will look like going forward in terms of our heritage classes too as well. Lastly, we have a survey out. So we are doing a quick market survey to get us some information about what people are interested in, how people want to engage in our learning on Grenada's history and heritage. We are a business, and it's important for us to have some paid aspects of it. So we're continuing to explore what potentially persons would be interested in paying for in terms of culture, history, and heritage. So we have the survey out. So if you see anyone out in Granance asking about Island Learning Grenada, and they're doing a survey, just please make some time to answer the survey. It's only going to take 1 minute of your time. I'm also going to post the survey on our Facebook page too as well, and do a giveaway. So we are encouraging you strongly to answer the survey, and that provides feedback and information for us that we can use to continue to develop our business and our offerings to the Grenadian public, as well as the diaspora. All those of you who are missing home and want to be connected to their culture, history, and heritage in some form or way, or if you, even if you're not Grenadian and you're thinking, wow, you want to know more about Grenada, you're right up in our audience, right? You want to learn more about Grenada, what Grenada has to offer. Maybe one day you'll come for a vacation, right? So you could see all the cultural and heritage aspects alive and real. We to cater for you. The class is what we have right now, but I'm also considering other things. So thank you very much to everyone for joining our program today. On Sunday, we'll be back. So we missed last Sunday. I scheduled this live today to make up for that. But we'll be back on a regular schedule on Sunday coming, and we're going to actually be looking at the Apache wild Indian. So the Apache wild Indian is another form of traditional mass in Grenada. It's not as widely played or known. So it's a good time to do some education about who exactly are the Apache wild Indians, what they look like, and what's the origin of that kind of mass, and so forth. So that's going to be our topic for our Sunday program. And we're also going to talk a little bit about um, Juju Warriors. That's another one. It's only practiced today in St. Patrick's. So we want to talk a bit about the Juju Warriors and that mass that they play, right? So that's our upcoming program on Sunday, aired again right live on our Facebook page, Island Learning Grenada, and our YouTube channel, Island Learning Grenada. So thank you very much again for viewing our program and taking in this episode of Island Learning Grenada. Have a blessed rest of your week, and look forward to having you view our program on Sunday coming. We'll be looking at the Apache Wild Indian and the Juju Warriors. Take care. Oh my, just as I'm about to end my program, my computer is sticking. So let me just bring up. Okay, so let's take in our exit video, and bye bye. Take care. See you on Sunday.